Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Man, I did not want to wake up this morning at all. And yesterday it was very nice, very nice. I didn't get up out of bed, I think, until 10:45 in the morning. Yeah, it was yesterday was a nice sleep in. Tuesdays are pretty much my Saturdays. Um, I use that as my sleep in day because Mondays are usually so chaotic. I don't sleep in on Saturdays because of Hobby Hotline and doing some stuff on uh, doing a lot of stuff on Saturday. Saturday's usually a busy day, and then Sunday's a church day, which you got to get up early. I got to be at church by like 9 o'clock, so up by 7:30, 7 o'clock at the earliest. So Tuesdays are usually my sleep in day. Nobody don't sleep in past like 8. But man, I slept till 10:30. Uh, those of you who don't know, I in 4 years ago I broke my foot. Um, tore 4 ligaments. What's up, Ken? No, Dan asked me a question, so I thought I'd answer. I was going to answer it on Hobby Hotline, but I kind of passed on it. So anyway, I broke my foot. Was in Jefferson Thanksgiving. Remessed it up. Good morning, Ed. Good morning. Good morning. And this Thanksgiving, I re-aggravated it, whether I tore stuff or something else, I don't know. And it still hasn't healed yet. Have been in moderate pain lately. And finally, my body just said, dude, you need to rest. So I slept in yesterday. It was very nice. It was very nice. And I'm outraged that Bo's outraged, that you're outraged, that everybody's outraged. We're all outraged over Tops. Really? Come on, man. Come on, man. All right. We're going to talk about the question that Dan asked. And I'm not going to paraphrase here for a second. Forgive me, Dan. I couldn't find the exact tweet off the cuff, mainly because I was looking at other stuff that I'm going to show here shortly. But Dan pretty much asked, with the child tax credit ending this week. So Jason Tops printed an Atlanta Braves World Series card from Tops Now, and they named Dusty Baker as manager for the Atlanta Braves, and then said the Braves won the series in Game 5. So it has 2 errors in it on the Tops Now card, and everybody's up in arms about it. Herman had a great take on it, that if you're outside of being a Braves fan, I don't see where you could be, but as a Braves fan, he's not very happy. I'm sure Ken and Herman, when they go live next, will talk about it. But it's an error card, and some people are fascinated. I like error cards. I don't know if I'm going to go get me one or not. IPC error cards and miscut cards. That's not a secret. If I can find a good one, a good misprint, good miscut, a good error card, I'll collect it. I like it, especially if it's a player that I like. So that's what everybody's up in arms about. I could see where, as a Braves fan, you'd be kind of upset. But whatever, man. Whatever. I'm not outraged. It's an error. And Tops came back and said they're going to correct it. So, yeah. Child tax credit and student loan. Dan pretty much asked, do you think that the child tax credit final payment today and the student loan program forgiveness ending at the end of January, Do you think that will affect the hobby? Yeah, I know. I know. 82 tops, 1990s tops baseball. There's that's every other card almost is an error card with that, with a misprint. And to find a 10, a PSA 10 in a 90s tops baseball set is more rare than, oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. A PSA 10 in tops 1990 baseball is more rare than an actual error. So it's errors galore. I probably have a stack of errors this thick in 1990s tops baseball. Anyway, I digress. To the child tax credits, student loan, how's it going to affect on the hobby? Well, let's talk about the child tax credit for a second. It's up to $3,000 per year, 250 monthly, 17 years or younger. As of December 13th, 2021, 36 per year, 300K monthly for 6 years or younger for 2021. So gives you a chance to get up to $600 per month back, or not back, but ahead of your tax return, because you're going to, what they're doing basically is they're taking the child tax credit and they're cutting it in half and advancing you the payments. Is what they're payments. So at the end of the year, you're still going to get some child tax credit, but you're not going to get the full credit because you've already received payments. Well, that's supposed to end today. The last payment's supposed to be sent today. And then the student loan, which is affecting a lot of people, including myself, that's the COVID-19 Emergency Relief and Federal Student Aid Program. That ends in January 31 next year. It is a suspension of loan payments, a suspension in the interest, and stop collections on all defaulted loans. So they're basically holding the student loan payment up through. And there's two really nice things. One, if it eases the budget, but number two, if you've been paying on it, you're paying on principal. You're not paying principal and interest. But in January 31, you're going to end up paying on the interest, paying the interest as well. So you had a year of interest-free payments, which overall will lower the total amount owed. How does that affect the hobby? Well, it's any money that is given to a family increases the overall budget. Depending on how you run your budget is depending on how it's going to affect. If you have to pay out more, then you're going to have less to spend. You essentially should be able to spend as much as you make, or spend and then save some, and you'd have a balance most of the time. The problem that I see and is more affecting the hobby than the student loan or child tax credit, that's going to affect it. Of course, it's going to affect it. I'm more concerned about gas prices, higher interest, and higher inflation than I am the student loan. Yes, you're going to have a little bit more. You're going to have, anywhere from 500 to 750 a month extra in your budget. Well, that's all great, fine, and dandy, but now pile on the interest rate and the on credit cards, the the housing interest rate, which is expected to go up next year, and the gas prices, food price increase, all of that, consider that a balance. Now, when you add that stuff back on and then increase inflation and increase everything next year, that's going to be a huge burden that you drop on people. And if they're used to paying X, then when Y comes along, you got to rebalance your entire budget, and that includes any discretionary income. So I'm not just worried about cards. I'm worried about the restaurant industry. I'm worried about the movie industry. I'm worried about any type of entertainment. If you want to be real, what about next fall or in the spring or in the spring with back to school school supplies, clothes, extra lunches, all of that. I'm also, but when your means, I agree, Tom, but when your means fluctuate, it becomes harder to balance your budget. It becomes harder to balance your budget. Entry-level jobs and part-time will start getting filled, and production of all things will ramp up to pre-COVID numbers. Yes, I agree, Fall Creek. My concern is with the minimum wage increasing, and how does that affect the overall cost of goods and price increases? So yes, the entry-level jobs and the part-time jobs will start to get filled, but once we get past the COVID thing, will wages go back? So a lot of people thought that was free money and spent away. Free money ain't free. There can be no truer statement. No truer statement. We're not going to go into huge reasons, but there's a bunch. There's a line from New Jack City. You owe, Pooh. You owe, and we're about to have to pay as we open up. Society more and less sacred. Less scared of COVID means bad things for card prices. It's true. That's true. That's true. But I think it's going to change. I don't think it's going to. I think eventually. So I agree with this. However, boomers are retiring, and they're pulling in younger, but not necessarily replacing those with a they're not necessarily putting them, the wages aren't coming back. The companies are using that as savings, so to speak. So, and then when all those eBay and PayPal, woo, yes. I think that's the bigger in 2022 online sales are going, those 1099s are going to affect the hobby more than the student loan payments and the child tax credit. I honestly think that card shows are going to become more popular, and secondary sources of selling are going to be more prevalent or more attractive, for lack of a better phrase. Starting to move towards living on one person's income. Curious. That's true as well. That's very true. Because one person had to stay home with kids all the time. Kids were home all the time. So that really puts a strain on everything. More people paying for grading costs and people will pay less. Yep. Yeah. I mean, with slabs, think of all the slabs that just are about to be released. Those have to be paid. So it's due. The piper is due, and get ready. And what is that going to do with card prices? I think it's going to dive. I think it's going to dive. And the smart collector, the smart collector will buy on the low. They will be able to buy that card they've looked at, they've watched, they've wanted, um, and they'll be able to buy it, which is awesome. Because think about it, if as a collector, if I wanted like a Nolan Ryan rookie card, I couldn't have afforded that in 2020, 2021, but the price comes down. Yeah, I mean this great time for buying for your PC. Literally means you kind of yep in 45-day orders, still stuff from November. Yep, and actually that kind of segues into, and I gotta find it, so bear with me. Uh, Here it is. Yeah, that pulls me right into this. Low price cars staying better so people want to collect. Yep, exactly. Exactly. I'm going to blow this up. You know, we talk about this PSA pop report, cards of a year, 10 million cards per year on pace. Over 206,000 items were added to the population report last week. That's huge. That's huge. Regular basis at $100 per card. Lower cost services won't be open until sometime in 2022. Rollout won't impact the brand. There we go. PSA allocating 80% of our resources for processing orders. So again, 206,000 cards hit the market in a very, very short time. So yeah, there's a lot of factors in 2022. How is that going to shape up? We don't know. We do know that if you have less money to spend, you're going to spend less. You're going to spend less. But what's nice about that is you are going to be finding more deals. So Ed, there is a great podcast by Dr. Beckett on junk slab era. Junk slab era is not I don't think that's a good term to use. While I agree it's I don't like the junk wax era term as well, because I don't think all cards are junk. I just think that they are valued differently. So I agree with that's a commonality. Well, I don't like that, but I don't have a better phrase for it. I think Dr. Beckett gave it on his site or on his podcast, but I can't remember exactly 100% what it was. So I understand completely what you're saying. Let's go over some news and notes that I found. So NFL awards Super Bowl 2024 to Las Vegas. Boy, that will be one huge party. December 15th. So that is today. Following owner meetings, upcoming Super Bowl 2022 NFL draft. Let's see where the draft's going to be held. Draft is going to be held, in Las Vegas. Oh, so the draft and the Super Bowl are going to be in Las Vegas. Lost wages. Great. Pro Bowl. I know they're moving the Pro Bowl around. It canceled the Pro Bowl this year. Wow. No Pro Bowl this year. Rosters will still be named. Canceling the Pro Bowl. That's no bueno, man. That's no bueno. Canceling the Pro Bowl and everything's being held in Vegas. Great. So here is the up in arms Jason and Tom. Let's see. Series Dusty Baker. So there's number one. So yeah, it's a full-blown error. A full-blown error. I just the question is, do the players still get the money from the Pro Bowl? Because they get game checks if they go. Plus, it's a nice vacation for them and their families. A lot of guys use it for downtime for their families. You guys, bunch of comedians. All right, let's see what else we got here. This is the release calendar. And because it's right before Christmas, I thought I'd share this. Inception Baseball Bowman. Impeccable Football. Boxes are selling for about $1,500. Dynasty Baseball. $450 a box. Dynasty Baseball. And here's an interesting one. Upper Deck MVP Hockey. Let's see. That's 12/17. That's Friday. Let's see if that actually makes it out. Oops. I forgot. There we go. So release calendar, Bowman Inception, Panini Impeccable, Topps Dynasty. Always a great collect, Topps Dynasty. Upper Deck MVP Hockey. Let's see if it actually releases. With Upper Deck pushing everything back, I'll be interested to see if this actually releases on time. Bo, on the 24th, next Friday, or no, 24th, yeah, next Friday, Christmas Eve. Panini Extra. And interesting, this Flawless. So Extra and Flawless. And then Illusions Football, which is, you want to talk about an error, there's not anything here to let you know it's Flawless. But yeah, Flawless and Illusions are due out Christmas Eve. So, Tom, are you going to have Illusions? Are you going to have Panini Extra? And I know you're not going to have any Dynasty. I don't know if you can have any Elite Extra or Flawless or Illusions. So, those are due out. We'll see if they actually come out. Let's see if they actually come out. You and me both, Jenny. You and me both. Cooper Cup. Thought we'd see some Cooper Cup cards. Interesting how this speckle, but they didn't name the regular optic or the rated rookie Donruss version. Very cool card. Two color. And most of these are RPAs, if you notice what they're trying to highlight. 3-color patch right there. Those are pretty nice. Prism, but not optic. So the optic still hasn't really jumped in. All right. Optic hasn't jumped in on this for some reason. We got Rookies and Stars. I like Rookies and Stars, man. I like Rookies and Stars. Kind of a quiet rookie collect. Every year, people like those. And then Phoenix. which is, I mean, Phoenix. I don't see things change much for low end, maybe 2K. Maybe. But it's very interesting that Fire is on here. Or Phoenix, excuse me. So that was interesting. And then CFL Cards. This is on Sports Collectors Daily. I'll let y'all. I just thought it was interesting to see the cool. I mean, Killer Warren Moon card. Thiesman. Cool Thiesman. I'd forgotten he was USFL. There's CFL. I forgot he was CFL. So 71 Sergeant sticker book. Very cool. Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Very, very cool. So thought that was interesting. So again, another Panini Kaboom article. However, I think you need to go listen to Pack to the Future. They have a fantastic Panini Kaboom podcast. It's very informative. If you're interested at all in Kaboom, I would definitely go back out and listen to it. It's a little long. It's a little long, but it's really cool. You might just let me know that they're selling. Yes, Winter. Yes, Minecraft. A very, very cool Anthony Edwards. This is a cool one. This is true artwork. I'm surprised this is true artwork by the artist. I can't remember the artist's name off the top of my head, but it is a very, very cool story. Absolute Soccer. I'm trying to see if they've got the I believe he's Swedish, if I remember right off the top of my head. Swedish or German. So, Kaboom cards, if they weren't insanely popular before, they will be now. I know. Very sweet Kobe. Very sweet Kobe. What did I do? Oh, yeah, Ripken. Golden December. We're going to go a little bit. Yeah, we'll do this now. So, what I thought, collectors who are ready to buy themselves last minute Christmas gifts might find something in a final auction events of 2020. Over 23,000 lots are on the block in Golden Auctions, run through Saturday, which is the 18th. So auction runs a gamut. And here's just, so what I did is I went on Golden website. Now, this is not meant to be a Golden. I'm not paid by Golden. I don't have anything to do with Golden. The only thing I know about Golden is Sue's works for Golden. But what I thought would be kind of cool is to go on here and say, okay, what do they have gift wise under $100 or lower? What would be interesting at $100 or lower to take a look at, or that I might buy? So, 6 Topps 21 baseball. And again, this has, let's see if this has complete set, limited to $299.98, numbered 1 of 11. So, but it's a set of 6. So it's under $25 a set is what you're talking about. And you can get them retail $30 and someplace $50. Well, that's why we're talking about this, Tom, because everybody thinks they can't afford Golden. That's why I was like, okay, let me go back and see if there's anything under 100 or 100 or less. So everything that I found is 100 or less. And there's about 7 or 8 pages of different things to look at. So Now this auction ends Saturday, but it's at $100. Well, and 120 with buyer's premium. But there's a Nolan Ryan rookie card. Here's a Calvin Johnson autographed, 81 to 299. True, Jenny, but you don't get the variations. You don't get the variations. And the reason why I think about the 2018 set that went as high as $250, $300 earlier this year because of Shohei. So that was a better way to get a Shohei better card than trying to find it on eBay. What I found is if I buy a card on eBay or Sport Lots or anything like that, I'm less likely to get a better card, no folds, no creases. I'm more likelihood of getting a card that way. So that's why sets are a little bit more, and you get all the cards as opposed to just one. So is it and cheaper? Yes, probably, because you probably go on Sport Lots and buy most of them for 18 cents. But what kind of quality are you going to get versus buying the set? So I did this. Is Harold Baines a Hall of Famer? We'll have this discussion later. But a pristine 10, 81 Fleer, who is a known Hall of Famer. He's a lesser known Hall of Famer, according to a lot of people. I think Hall of Fame is Hall of Fame no matter what. But that's, again, my opinion, and my opinion are like booty holes. Everybody's got one. So, but if you know anything about this 81 Fleer set, it's so hard to find a great conditioned card. So you can find them in great shape, but finding a 10, not that easy. Not that easy. 2 LeBron James rookie cards. And they're 9s, but 2 LeBron James rookie cards. And yeah, they're Fleer, but they're LeBron James rookie cards. Jenny, you're preaching to the choir. I think both of them are. I think both of them are Hall of Famers. I think the only reason why they're being held is because they were booty holes to the writers, and the writers are keeping them out. And we said that when they were playing, that it would hurt them getting in. Yeah, Kobe rookie. It's an 8, but an 8's an 8. If you wanted a Kobe Bryant rookie card, here you go, under $120. 1990 Pro Set Santa Claus. Again, these cards are a dime a dozen, but try to find a 10. Try to find a 10. Extremely difficult because of the way the cards were cut. Very, very difficult. A couple of other, this is really, I like this one. Bowman's Best Basketball, 96-97, including PSA 8, already graded Iverson and Kobe rookies. Ending on Sunday, so, but still, rookie cards. Yeah, I agree. Now, this is the one that is probably one of my favorites. PSA 9, 89, Topps Peyton. Hall of Famer. Yeah. $100. And then here you go, Herman. This one's for you and Bo. 87 Greg Mannix. PSA 10. Man, if you know anything about the set, it is impossible to find. I've pulled 7 or 8 factory sets apart. I hadn't seen a PSA 10 in any of them. So here's a PSA 10 Maddox card if you collect that way. Check it out. 89. We were talking about Topps football last night. 89 Topps football unopened case. 2 cases. 40 boxes. $100. Very cool. Thurman Thomas, Chris Carter, Tim Brown. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. And then there's this one. Topps and Assorted Brands complete and incomplete baseball sets. So if you were interested in buying your first collection, $100. Now you don't know how many cards you're getting. You don't know what cards are in there or not in there. So it's a mystery pack. But if you're ever interested in buying your first collection from, at least a reputable, here's $100 for a basic starter for collections. 93 Score, 94 Fleer, 2000 Upper Deck Baseball. Which one is that one? Heritage, 2003, 89 Topps Traded. Again, you don't know what's in here, but might be a cool just starter if you wanted to do your first collection. This one, I can't believe, is still at $100. I agree. All these will rise significantly. Yes. But interesting to look at now. This one, I would love to watch this to see what it is, because a Yankee or a Mantle ball by itself is authenticated is worth about $1,100. So it will be very interesting to see what this ball brings at the end. And I'm sure on Monday, is it Monday? Does this thing close? Yeah, it closes Sunday. I'm sure on Monday, if not Tuesday, we'll get a notice on what this ball sold for on Sports Collectors Daily. But I think it would be very, very interesting to learn what this ball sells for, especially because it's got Mantle and Berra. So that's what I got. Not a lot to share, but I did want to give my comments on that and have a discussion around it. Yeah, but I look at it this way: you throw $50 out there. If it doesn't, what do you got to lose? Or if you have an extra 100 laying around. But that's how some guys in the auction and autograph market do. They throw a dollar amount out there, let it ride, and if they win it, they win it. Because how many people are watching and fall asleep on these auctions? So I don't know. That's what I got. I thought it would be interesting to share. Let me know what you think. If you liked looking at that, if you didn't like looking at that. Appreciate you listening. Appreciate you all the comments. This weekend, Saturday, is Jeremy Lee, Jim Beckett, Dr. Beckett, and Jason Dean Martin on Hobby Hotline. Monday tonight, Breaking Cardboard with Newman. I'm going to be on there with Card Killer and Donnie B. So that's tonight at, I believe it's 8 o'clock Central, if I remember right. It's 8 o'clock Central. So watch that. I invite everybody to join in and watch that with me and me aggravating Newman. and then getting to meet 2 new guys in the hobby. That'll be really cool. I'm looking forward to that. So support your local LCSs, support your local card shops. If you got any prayer requests, let me know. I will pray them up. And we are getting a bunch of Vartex, and I'm deleting them as they show up. So I will get off your phone or your YouTube. I will get off your YouTube. Y'all have a fantastic day. And if you need anything, just reach out. Talk to you later. Bye.